What is the most devastating disaster in American history? To answer, we need to consider various factors. The scale of destruction, the loss of life, the economic impact, all these play a role in defining a disaster, but the answer might not be as straightforward as it seems. Each event carries its own unique weight of calamity. So join us as we journey through the annals of American history, examining some of the most catastrophic events that have shaped this nation. The turn of the 20th century witnessed one of the deadliest natural disasters in U.S. history. In the year 1900, a storm of monumental proportions swept across the city of Galveston, Texas. This ferocious tempest, now known as the Great Galveston Hurricane, tore through the city with such destructive force it nearly wiped the coastal town off the map. In its wake, the hurricane left a chilling legacy of devastation. Over 8,000 lives were lost, countless families shattered, and a once thriving city reduced to rubble. The magnitude of this disaster was so great, it triggered an unprecedented response. Galveston rose from the ruins, its people committed to rebuilding their beloved city. One significant outcome of this catastrophic event was the construction of the Galveston Seawall, a formidable structure designed to shield the city from future storm surges. The Galveston hurricane set a precedent for the importance of early warning systems and disaster preparedness. The 1930s brought a disaster of a different kind, one that was not a single event, but a decade-long catastrophe. This decade, often referred to as the Dirty Thirties, witnessed the wrath of one of the worst environmental disasters in U.S. history, the Dust Bowl. This was a disaster that didn't strike with a sudden bang, but rather crept in year after year with the subtlety of a thief in the night. The Dust Bowl was born out of a toxic mix of mismanagement of the land and an unrelenting drought. Farmers had plowed deep into the prairies, disrupting the natural grasslands that held the soil in place. Then, when the rains failed to come, the topsoil simply blew away, creating enormous dust storms that blackened the skies. The effects were devastating. Thousands of families, now known as Dust Bowl refugees, were forced to abandon their homes and farms. The economic hardship was widespread, with the agricultural industry taking a severe hit. The Dust Bowl taught us the hard way about the consequences of environmental neglect. In 1964, the ground shook like never before in the United States. The soil beneath the pristine wilderness of Alaska roared to life with a fury that reverberated across the globe. The event in question? The Great Alaska Earthquake, a seismic upheaval of such magnitude that it still holds the title as the second most powerful quake ever recorded. Its impact was catastrophic, to say the least. Infrastructure crumbled, turning once bustling towns into rubble-strewn wastelands. Tsunamis, triggered by the quake, wreaked havoc along the coastline, adding to the mounting destruction. The aftermath, however, saw a silver lining amidst the devastation. This disaster spurred advancements in seismology, ushering in a new era of understanding the Earth's volatile temperament. It also led to a nationwide emphasis on earthquake preparedness, shifting societal focus from mere reaction to readiness. The Great Alaska Earthquake underscored the need for a national commitment to earthquake risk reduction, a stark reminder that Mother Nature, when roused, can be a formidable adversary. Fast forward to the 21st century, the United States faced a disaster of unprecedented proportions. In 2005, the nation was gripped by one of the deadliest storms it had ever seen, Hurricane Katrina. This catastrophic event was more than just a storm. It was a testament to the raw and uncontrolled power of Mother Nature. New Orleans, a city known for its vibrant culture and music, was transformed into a flooded wasteland overnight. The levees, designed to protect the city, gave way under the storm's relentless assault, leaving 80% of the city underwater. The loss of life was staggering, with over 1,000 lives lost to the storm's fury. The economic damage? A colossal $125 billion. But the storm's aftermath was equally as devastating. Criticism rained down on the government for its slow and disorganized response, exacerbating the suffering of those affected. However, out of the ashes of this disaster came a renewed sense of resilience. The city, and indeed the nation, rallied together, embarking on a long and arduous journey to rebuild and restore what had been lost. The storm prompted a change in emergency management, with lessons learned from the disaster shaping future responses. It was a stark reminder that even in the face of development and progress, we remain at the mercy of the natural world. Hurricane Katrina reminded us that even the most developed nations are not immune to nature's fury. As we've seen, disasters have repeatedly tested the resilience of the American people. From the turn of the 20th century to the early years of the new millennium, the United States has faced a series of calamities, each one unique, each one devastating in its own right. In the year 1900, Galveston, Texas, was ravaged by a hurricane of unparalleled ferocity, reminding us that nature's fury is often unpredictable and unrelenting. Then in the 30s, the nation grappled with the Dust Bowl. This environmental disaster, a result of over-farming and severe drought, taught us that our actions have consequences, that we must respect and work in harmony with the environment. Fast forward to 1964. The Great Alaskan Earthquake, the most powerful recorded in North American history, shook the very foundations of the state. It forced us to acknowledge the raw power of the earth beneath our feet and the importance of robust, earthquake-resistant infrastructure. Then, in 2005, Hurricane Katrina lashed the Gulf Coast, causing widespread destruction and loss of life. It was a stark reminder of the need for effective disaster management and the importance of rapid response in the face of such catastrophes. These disasters, while tragic, have shaped the nation's approach to disaster preparedness and response. They have taught us valuable lessons about the importance of scientific research, community resilience, and government support. They've highlighted the need for adaptation, for learning from past mistakes, and for building a future that is resilient to the shocks and stresses of our ever-changing world. In the face of adversity, it is the spirit of resilience and unity that defines us. These disasters have tested us, but they've also brought us together, proving time and again that we are a nation of survivors. Remember, history is not just about the past, it's a guide to the future. It's an invaluable tool that can help us anticipate, prepare for, and ultimately weather the next storm.